Okay guys, today we're going to look at the VSC H&K 416 fully trademarked. So I'm going to start off with what I've done with it. When I bought it, it came with a Garter high-speed motor along with a Garter 6.022 or 6.02 millimeter type bore barrel that goes almost to the end of that suppressor. The suppressor, I believe, is just a JG stubby. It came with a tan, like stock CM combat machine grip. However, the grip is actually broken, and the motor height adjustment screw won't work, so the motor will not reach into the gearbox to turn the gears. So I had to change that out with a JG, because that's just what I had laying around. Standard type AR-15 pistol grip. What I've done inside of it is I've wired it to Dean's, wired my batteries to Dean's. This is a 1200 milliamp 11.1 LiPo, 15C 25C burst. I think it was $10 maybe. Okay. Rewired it to a standard type car fuse because the original mini type is worthless and it burns out pretty much instantly when you run a LiPo or anything past 9.6 volts. It's trash. It's got an SHS M4 metal aluminum, double O-ring and cylinder head, stock VFC cylinder, SHS 15 tooth metal or 15 metal tooth piston. Second and third teeth are removed to correct the AOE with the 1/8 inch sorbet pad that is inside the gearbox, as well as the Garter high-speed motor. Already been said. It does actually have a pretty decent response time on that 11.1 LiPo, but it does take it about a half a second or so to spool up. But once it spools up, this baby is fast. I'm gonna guess probably around 30-35 RPS, maybe a little bit faster. Not positive on that, just because it's 15C LiPo. If I was running maybe a 30, it'd be a lot faster. The LiPo does fit into the crane stock. As well, there's SHS 16:1 ratio high-speed gears. I was gonna get the 13:1s, but Clandestine was sold out of the 13:1s, and I wanted the SHS with the Gen 1 bevel. That way I wouldn't have any issues with it breaking. Let's see. Has the stock 7, 8, I think it's 8mm ball bearings. They're handling pretty good so far. I mean, you shouldn't really run ball bearings on a high-speed setup, but they're not too bad at the low FPS because it is running an SHS M110 spring, so it's probably only achieving 320, 330 FPS just due to it. It is a double-stage spring, though, so that does help with the FPS because a single stage, you wouldn't have much of your FPS until it's almost to the back end. Now, as it being a double stage, when you correct the AOE, it's going to reduce the FPS because the piston doesn't go as far forward and doesn't allow as much compression. The piston is also Swiss cheesed a little bit. It's a little bit lighter. Didn't cut the top off of it yet because I just don't trust it. It has I believe a Promi. It might not be a Promi, but it's pretty much a Promi polymer ported piston head with 14 type O-ring from Lowe's. It's been re-greased, and that's pretty much about it. I believe that is it, actually. Stock anti-reversal latch, stock gearbox, stock bearings, stock trigger. Yep, that's it. It does have a functioning bolt catch, however mine does not work all that well. You pull it back, it locks, but the button right here doesn't release it well. That time it did, actually. So, but when you pull, this is very awkward. One backhand with this, your bolt catch releases, locks into place. Then you can press the button. It's probably not going to work again. Apologize, but that is my only complaint about buying this gun used, is this bolt catch just hardly ever works. You can see all the trademarks on it, actually. I do not like this whole little safety quoting crap from H&K because of the fact that I had an original H&K 416 22 rifle and it had most of the same shades except for this part. It just said read the operator manual before using gun, and on the bottom it had trademarks saying warning, read the trainer manual or whatever. But on this side, the trades are really, really beautiful, and this is where it shines. You got your HK logos, one on the upper receiver. You got one on the lower receiver, which is HK 416 CQB, caliber 6.00 millimeter BD. Got your unique serial trade number. It's got a really nice, crisp click into place. It's not loose or anything. It's actually pretty tight. Great. It's also got a 2-point harness attachment because I am left-handed, oddly enough. So you got your two-piece. That does rub against this pretty bad. This doesn't function other than just pushing in. Stock H&K 16 MPF5 style sights. You got your front sight too. It's got Friend's really, I guess you want to call it cheap, pretty much. Cheap red dot sight he got off Airsoft Megastore. I'm fixing his gun, so a couple games I've been playing, I just borrowed it. Not a big deal. It works. Not perfect, but it is what it is. As you can see, I've already been into the gearbox. The steel is ripped. It has a one-piece polycarb hop-up. So far, I really haven't had any problems with it. It's actually pretty good. I'm planning on R-hopping it because we do play CQB, but I live in Virginia, and there's a lot of outdoor fields, and you need the range over the speed, but the speed is always really nice. So I'm going to pause this and come back, and we're going to do a firing test with the rate of fire after I install the battery.